Today I'm sharing 10 easy ways that I have refreshed my kitchen. I hope that this might inspire you and give you some ideas if you're looking to make some changes in your kitchen. I'm starting by removing the rugs that we've had in here for the last 4 years, and I'm also looking to change out this window treatment here above the kitchen sink. When we first moved in here, these blinds were already up here, and then I added this little curtain valance at the very top because we had that in our last home and it seemed to work fine, but it always bothered me to have these heavy blinds over the sink. These are going. Here come my tools. My husband has, of course, his tools at work with him, so I keep my own set of tools at home where I can use them when I want to do a project like this. I'm just removing the hooks that were holding the blinds up, and I'm also going to remove a hook that we would put the wet drying mats on because I'm coming up with a new solution for that. But I just want to mention that this is a great way to refresh your kitchen, changing things around like the window treatment, also fixing some chipped paint that we have here on the windowsill that has been bothering me for at least a year. I'm finally going to be dealing with this. The paint was chipping around this area, and then as I can see here, we painted the white when we first moved in. Someone along the lines obviously had like a teal color, kind of similar to the tile, and then obviously there was like a cream color on top of that, so lots of layers. Whenever you live in an older home, or if you just live in a home for a while, there's gonna come a time when you want to refresh your space, and I find these tiny little updates and fixes, even though they seem like nothing at the moment, really help me to feel happier in my space. My mom brought these beautiful flowers over from her yard so I could enjoy them in my kitchen. And here's the issue. You can see this bright light coming through here. For quite a while now, I've been really tired of the blinds that are in front of my kitchen sink. So I wanted to get rid of that, and then I was inspired by a photo that I saw on Pinterest, which I can put up here on the screen if I can find the photo. But the curtains the lady had in her window were just a really pretty flower pattern. So I found this material at Joann's Fabric, and my mom is here. We're going to hem these in a way that look like some kind of curtain. And then I got these little clips that I can clip on there. So we'll see how this project turns out. I've already taken down everything around the window, patched the stuff. I still have to paint, but I thought let's hook all this up, see how it looks. Hang it down a little.
Guess who? I'm here to help.
Okay, I'm gonna do one on the edge.
Okay.
We're adding these hooks onto the material just to see how it's going to look up in the window. We are using a tension rod to hold it up for now, and it's working just fine actually, but we took this up and down, and then we started discussing how we wanted to have it, if it was going to be outside as you see here or inside the window. Eventually we decided on inside the window, but it took a lot of discussion. And then now I'm switching out our rugs. We already had this long rug in our front hall, but I didn't want to use it there anymore. I really wanted to get rid of all the dark black rugs that were in here, so we put those somewhere else. And then I also had another gray rug out in our garage, decided to bring that in here just to switch it around using something I already had. Now I'm just going around and gathering all the towels that need to be washed, which brings me to today's sponsor, Earth Breeze. We have been using Earth Breeze for a few months now, and I love that it got rid of everything that's wrong with old-fashioned laundry detergent like heavy, wasteful plastic jugs and the hassle of lugging one of those jugs home. Their powerful eco sheets look like dryer sheets, but they're not. It's revolutionary liquidless laundry detergent that dissolves 100% in hot or cold water in any type of cycle or machine, including high efficiency. It's so easy to use. No measuring or heavy lifting and no mess. Just toss them in. The packaging is compact, biodegradable, and plastic free. Their flexible subscriptions can be self-managed, so you can adjust, pause, or cancel anytime without penalty, hidden fees, or extras. Delivered right to your front door via carbon neutral shipping in an easy to store lightweight package. Great for all laundry lifestyles, including sensitive skin. 100% satisfaction guaranteed or your money back, no questions asked, and no return necessary. Most importantly, Earth Breeze is tough on stains and removes odor, so you still get a powerful clean every time. There's no reason not to switch. Go to earthbreeze.com/Shannon Torrens to get started with 40% off. That's earthbreeze.com/Shannon Torrens for 40% off your subscription. Then I got the idea to add some of my vintage decor that I've had for quite a while to one of my shelves. Here is where I store the dishes from my grandma. I just really like these vintage dishes, and I got these canisters when I lived in New Zealand back in 2008 when my mom came to visit me. So these are just a really fun reminder of that time in my life, and I thought, why not put them out on this shelf? They go perfectly with our vintage kitchen. And I thought, why not have them out where I can see them and enjoy them? Now I'm just moving the flowers into our dining room so we can enjoy them there while we're going to be working on this curtain project. I am pulling my sewing machine out of my craft closet and gonna get to work on playing around with making these little curtain panels. We decided that each panel is a little bit too wide, so we're gonna thin that out by about, I don't know, 8 inches, and then we're going to turn it on the edges and then rehang it, measure it so we can hem the bottom. We really do have to have a curtain in that kitchen sink area because it is so bright, but I'm trying to choose to have things that just make me happy in my kitchen and in the areas where I have to spend a lot of time. I'm always in there cooking, cleaning, and doing so much in that kitchen that I just want to make it a fun atmosphere to be in. Here, when I hold it straight, does it look okay?
Yeah, it looks fine because it'll be against the wall.
It'll be crouched up, you know,
Yeah.
what do you call it? Crushed up? I don't know what the word is. What's the word?
Crouching.
I don't know.
Crouching dragon. Scrunch.
Hidden tiger, crouching, what is it?
Scratch.
Crouching tiger, hidden dragon, that's it.
Yeah.
Crouching? Crouching.
Yeah.
Scrunching? I don't know. One issue we have is whenever our drying mats are done being used with the dishes on them, they're usually soaking wet. So I hang them normally over the sink, but then they drip. So I bought this set of hooks. It's the same one that I have in my boys' room. We love it. And we also have an issue of towels because my boys swim all year long, where to hang the towels to let them dry. So I'm gonna hang this right outside our kitchen door here. And then that way we can hang all the towels. I can walk out there and hang these up to dry. That's gonna be the solution. So I'm gonna get going on this. Then I saw this super cute idea to hang a curtain here so we don't have to look at the ugly trash can and where I store the drying mats. Of course, this will still show, but at least this would be covered. I ordered this off of Amazon. It is a little tiny bit too long, so I am going to hem this up and see how it works. I actually ended up trying this in the window as well, and it fit perfectly. So in the future, if I ever need something, I can order it like this. See how cute this is? But it's just a tad too long. So I'm going to probably raise it up so it's not touching the ground at all. And then we can just slide it open to get the trash, get the drying mats, and then most of the time it will look super cute closed. I decided I'm going to paint this wood piece white. I'm gonna take my glasses off. The paint I was gonna use didn't work, so I found white primer and I'm gonna go over it with the chalk paint because I don't have a lot of this, so we'll see how it goes. Grant explained to me that I should hold the wood in the air to paint it because then it's less likely to get runs and just, I don't know, it's meant to look better. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I'm quickly hemming up this little skirt curtain thing that is going to cover the ugly spot in our kitchen. Honestly, I am just fitting all of these little improvements and refresh ideas into our daily lives. As you can see, it's taking me quite a while and quite a few different days to do all these things. Let's go try it out. I think this turned out so cute, and we are working with a vintage kitchen here, so this just adds to that. I'm leaning into this for now until we change it. Okay, I just got such a good idea. Normally the trash is down here, and now the curtain's gonna be like that. So I'm thinking the trash will fit in here. I never thought of this. This can go down here, and lunch pail can go down here. This can be removed. Oh my gosh. And the trash can fit in here. Oh my god. That just solved everything. Oh my gosh. Can this be removed? Oh my goodness. Literally everything is solved right now. Oh my gosh. Why have I not thought of this? Now I'm just removing all the little pegs that were holding those shelves up. I'm keeping the shelves in case we ever change our minds on this, but wow, this looks so much better than having all that little junky stuff showing on the side there that always bothered me. Now I'm just trying out the curtains again to see what it's finally gonna look like for the final hem. I'm marking here so I can try to make this work. I'm sweating. So hot in here. The weather finally turned to be way hotter, but we haven't put the air on today because we're trying to suffer, maybe, I don't know, to save some money. I think we're getting to the point where we need to turn it on. Just marked that, so I'm gonna see what I can do about hemming it. I am not a professional by any means when it comes to sewing. I'm a very beginner sewer, novice sewer, so we'll see how this turns out. I don't know why, but the final hem always scares me because I think, what if I mess it up, then what? So I actually made a really thick hem at the bottom just in case I messed it up. I could pull it all out and fix it. My mom wasn't here at this moment, so it was me all by myself trying to get this done. And really, as this project was going on day after day, I was having a good time, but I wanted to get the sewing part of this project completed because I wanted to put the sewing machine away, and I just wanted to have these curtains done because the bright light coming through was really blinding, so I needed some curtains up there. Now we're adding hooks to the backyard, and this is right outside this kitchen door, which is so handy because we never had anywhere to hang the towels after the kids got back from swim, and also those really wet drying mats needed a place to hang where they could get fresh air and dry really quickly. So I was really excited to try these hooks out, and my husband was all on board with helping me hang these and get this all situated and ready to work for us. We have this same exact set of hooks in my boys' room, but I decided, like I mentioned, to spray paint this white because, as you can see, it just blends really well with the wall. And in my boys' room, I kept it the wood color. I actually could have painted it white in there as well. It looks really nice as black and white in my opinion. And this is just such an easy thing to put together. I found it at IKEA, and we have been using this every single day since I hung it up, especially being warmer weather. It's so quick to dry these things hanging outside with the fresh air. Next on my list of the best way to refresh your kitchen is to clean the kitchen. And of course, we clean our kitchens every day as we are working in them, but just taking out the recycling, taking out the trash, and getting those jobs done that are maybe a little bit of a deeper clean than I normally do. So of course, now I'm just putting the dishes away, which is a daily occurrence, but then I'm digging a little bit deeper and I'm going to be cleaning and wiping off all of the cabinets. I had high hopes that I would be able to repaint some of the cabinets, but it turned out we didn't have the right sheen of paint on hand, and also everyone was using the kitchen, so I really need to have everyone out of the kitchen for a while so the paint can dry without getting fingerprints on it and smudged and all that sort of thing. So it just wasn't the time yet, but it will come someday. And then also reorganizing the fridge and getting everything super organized really helps to refresh our kitchen and refresh my state of mind when it comes to cooking as well. So that always helps me to get set up for the next day or week and figure out what meals I'm going to be making. And then I'm just pulling the rugs out again. And I know I really like these rugs, so I'm gonna be putting them back, but I am just going to be mopping the floor. We put in this really inexpensive linoleum tiles right on top of the linoleum tiles that were already there from the previous owner. Probably they were there for 20 or 30 years because they were in terrible condition. They could not even be cleaned. So we just stuck this right on top of those because we thought we would be demoing this kitchen and putting in a new kitchen a lot sooner than we actually are going to. So these have held up okay, but definitely not that great. A lot of them have slipped around a tiny bit, so there are small gaps between some of these tiles, which just makes it kind of hard when you're trying to clean the floor. But it is what it is, and of course we are just doing our best to keep this kitchen as fresh and happy and clean as possible so we can be inspired when we're trying to get things done in here and spending time in here. We got screens for all the doors in our house. We only had a screen on the front door and that was leaking and everything, so I decided I want to add a screen to the kitchen door because now that it's summer, it's so nice to have the airflow once it cools down at night. So we're gonna put this on there. My mom and I went to Home Depot earlier and got these 3 screens for the 3 doors. We want to get more airflow going. And as I'm opening it here, I'm questioning, is it going to fit? And I am wondering if I got the right size here. Do we want 32 or 30? I gotta get my measuring tape out. After measuring, we realized it will work, and so I didn't have to return these screens, which I was very thankful for. Anyhow, now it was time to finally paint the windowsill that we had patched. We had patched it a few days prior and then let it dry thoroughly, so now was the time to paint it. I just tend to put this type of stuff off, so I forced myself to get the paint out and get this completed. I didn't have an opener, so I thought while I was out there, I would grab a little piece of paper just to put the can on. You know, I don't normally do this kind of stuff, but a little safety precaution in case I spill the paint. One issue I have is everything in here is painted with semi-gloss, and this is only eggshell. It's the same color. But I just want to get this project done, so I'm going to paint with this, and then later we can get the right sheen of paint, but I don't think it really matters right at this moment. You can see this is what it looks like, all patched up and ready to be painted. And once I started painting this, I was so thankful that I got this paint out and just did it. It was no big deal. It took me about 5 minutes and the project was completed. Of course, it is not perfect, but it is 100 times better, and we no longer have a chipped paint area. And then now we're just working in the kitchen, making some pancakes with my boys being home right now. They want to eat fun things like pancakes every day, and they like to make them themselves as well. So we're working together as a team in here, which again, to me, is what the kitchen should be about, is everyone having a cozy space to work in. Now Grant is just putting this screen door on here. It looks so cute in my opinion. We have the black door and then this white screen. It blends really well, and it's going to keep all the flies out and bugs. And one time we had a bird in our house, so it's just gonna help with all of those issues. While Grant's working on the screen door, I am making us some chickpea sandwiches. You just mash up the chickpeas, blend them up, and then add whatever flavoring you want. I'm just adding mayo, mustard, and some relish, and then just make it into a regular sandwich. It turned out delicious, and I was inspired because of my cozy, refreshed kitchen. So here's the final look. I have my rugs that I already owned. I brought out some sentimental decor for my shelf, And I have this little area where I tend to switch out vases. I have the new curtains that are so colorful and cheery. I feel they go great with this whole vintage vibe we have in this kitchen. My goal was to make a space that was very cozy and a place that I want to work in and be in, and I feel that I have achieved that. I hope that this inspires you and gives you some ideas on refreshing your own space. I will leave some videos up here on the screen, and you can hit the subscribe button to join my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for being here. Bye.